FoxSports.com's coverage of the NFL Draft is presented by Axe Shower Gel. Hi, I'm Brian Weber. Welcome to FoxSports.com's On the Clock, presented by Axe Shower Gel. The Pittsburgh Steelers have the 24th pick in the draft. I'm pleased to be joined by Scott Brown, who covers the team for the Pittsburgh Tribune-Review. Scott, Ben Roethlisberger was sacked 40 times last season. How much of a priority is upgrading the offensive line?
Well, it seems to be a priority every year, maybe the highest one through the fans. As far as Steelers, I'm sure they're going to address the draft, and they would argue that they've done anything but neglect in recent years. So first rounder Marcus Pouncey in 2010, second rounder Marcus Gilbert last year, and those are two of their building blocks. So it wouldn't surprise me if they go offensive line in the first round, but I don't think they're going to the draft thinking they have to go first round. Steelers will stay true to their philosophy of really taking the best player that also have to fit their needs.
The Mike Wallace situation aside, the Steelers head into the season without veteran wideout Hines Ward. Do you think the team will target a receiver in the draft?
I do at some point. And again, depending on how things shake out in front of them, I wouldn't discount them taking a wide receiver in the first round. If someone would slip they really like, but they don't think they'll be able to get the second round, would not surprise me to see them pull the trigger on that. Do I expect them to take wideout with their first, second, and third round pick? No. But it wouldn't surprise me, especially given how in flux their situation as a wide receiver. Even if Mike Wallace returns, signs his pen and returns this year, and I assume that's going to happen. That's the most likely scenario at this point. You don't have any guarantees with him beyond 2012, and you also go into next season with just Wallace, Antonio Brown, and Emmanuel Sanders as guys that are signed and have experience. And one of those guys, Emmanuel Sanders, has not been able to stay healthy in his first two seasons. So that's a bit of a question mark. So, assuming Wallace returns, that position looks real good at the top of the depth chart. But if you're the Steelers, you got to ask some questions behind those three, and maybe even two, because Emmanuel Sanders still hasn't proven to stay healthy. And Mike Tomlin said at the NFL owners' meetings recently that Sanders' durability is a concern.
Finally, Scott, if you were the GM of the Steelers, who would you take with the 24th pick?
I could go in about 5 to 6 different directions because they have needs in a number of different areas. Inside linebacker, if someone's there they really like, if the kid from Boston College, Kessley, would happen to fall there, which seems highly unlikely, he'd be a no-brainer. And depending on what they think it's on to Hightower out of Alabama, I would think it'd be real logical to get an inside linebacker. Also, if the guard they'd like is there, or even a tackle, I could see them going there. And the draft seems to be pretty flush with defensive tackles, and they certainly couldn't go wrong there, especially with nose tackle Casey Hampton going into the following year's contract. Going into the season, probably likely to start on the top list, or at least a candidate to start there because he's coming back from the torn ACL. So you need some depth there, and you also probably need to try and identify an eventual successor to Casey Hampton sooner rather than later. So to me, the three areas I'd really target if I was still a general manager: inside linebacker, offensive line, and nose tackle, not necessarily in any order. I don't think you go wrong if you took a player you really like in any one of those three areas.
All right, Scott, thanks so much for the insights. That's going to do it for FoxSports.com's On the Clock, presented by Axe Shower Gel. I'm Brian Weber. We'll see you next time.